Hey everybody, it is Erin Reed from Erin Reed Makes, and today we're going to make some cards. Now, today's cards are all about using up your scraps of paper, specifically your cardstock paper. Because I don't know about you, but I have a bajillion pieces of cardstock because I got little pieces and maybe I have like a half a sheet left or I have a portion of it left. And I hate throwing away the paper because I love it. I don't want to waste paper. And so I have all these bits left and I'm not exactly sure what to do with it. Well, I came up with a solution. So today is all about using up your little bits of cardstock that's left. And it might be like quarter sheets, half sheets, just little bits and pieces left over. And we're going to use multiple sheets of cardstock to make a cute little card. So I've started it, but let's finish it. All right, let me switch the camera around and let's get started. All right, so here we go. All right, so again, let me get this out of the way here. I have a ton of paper. So just to show you, like sometimes I'll save little bits like this. Sometimes I will save, larger sheets, a little bit more like these. So I went through and I picked out a whole bunch of colors. And so like this one, I only had a piece of that, right? So I picked up a whole bunch of colors here, as you can see, that kind of went together. This is actually a full sheet because I wasn't sure if I liked the one color, but I was totally cool with using the peach color that I was already using. So what I did is I went through, hello, everybody's gotten all, hello, Nicole, hello, Danielle, is I found this really cute little die. And this one it's a gumball. Look how cute this is. So this is basically paper piecing, but it's making it into a shaker card. So take a look at some of your stamps and dies and other things. And hello, Janice. And it's just a great way. I'm new, and will the video be saved on YouTube? Yes. You can always go back and watch this. They don't get deleted. So even though I'm live right now, this will stay up on YouTube. I will actually change the thumbnail. So when this is all over, I will have the picture of what the card is. So you can go back and go, oh, I remember her making the gumball with all the scraps of scrap paper. Here you go. Okay, so we're going to finish this guy up at the same time as we finish the other one. And this is from Maker's Movement. They have some really, really cute stamps and dies. They're a company that's based out of the United States, actually out of Phoenix, and they have some super, super cute stuff. So check them out. They have really adorable things. And the first thing we're going to do, which I did most of it already. So if you take a look at the card, I'm going to have my little card up here. I have to kind of do a little bit of some fun things. So I found these are like little jars. You got to think these are some most like the cutest little things in the world. This is actually a jam jar. It came with some little jam in here. And I was like, oh my God, I can't throw this jar away because it's the most adorable thing in the world. And as I was getting this ready, I was die cutting all the little gumballs in the colors that I wanted to use because I wanted whatever colors I was using in the papers to be the same colors as the gumballs. And so I am using it to store my little bits of paper. I actually have 2 of them. Well, I actually have 4 of them. So at one point, I'm going to use them for some sort of project. I don't know what yet, but something, because they're just too adorable. So the first thing I did for this card, we'll get to the gumballs in a minute, is I started die cutting my pieces. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch around a few things and change up some colors. So I'm really going to play around with how I want to set this up. So when I cut, and so the first thing I did is I keep saying the first thing. One of the things I did to create the shaker part, and you can see I put a little piece of paper in here, is I cut the circle. And when I cut the circle, I got a big circle and a little circle, right? Well, if you notice, I've kind of flip-flopped them. The background of this gumball is that paper, but I want to flip it. So I'm going to have the background, it's actually the bigger circle is this one, be that one. And these little guys, you really don't use them. You could use them, but I'm not going to use them. So we're going to end up flip-flopping. And I don't want to see the grain. I want to have it be the flat side. So it's just changing up the background color. And then for this card, I kept the same background as what I used as one of my pieces. But for the one that we're going to make together, I decided not to. So I did a lot of the die cutting, not all of it, but some of the die cutting ahead of time. So first thing, we're going to put down our background paper. So again, using up some, and these are all 12 by 12 sheets that had bits and pieces left over. So there's a lot more scraps and bits left over. And then I'm just going to put a white border. I really want a nice clean border. And I could do one of 2 things. If I can place my die, and whoops, that's crooked. That's going to bug me. If I want to place this whole gumball, here we go, up high enough, I'm going to place my sentiments. Now I was cutting and then my whole system was like, you don't want to function. I was like, no. Anyway, that's why I was a little bit late. I'm sorry. Technical difficulties. This came with a couple of different sentiments. have a ball on your birthday, and then happy birthday. So we'll do those at the end, but I wanted to raise this up. That's why this looks a little off-centered so far, because I haven't put the sentiment down yet. We're going to get there. And so I want to lift this up and go as high as possible. So the first thing I'm going to do, I keep saying first thing, I don't know why I do that, is I'm going to place down my circle. So this one, I can go ahead, actually I'm going to do this with my sticker maker. Now if you notice, all these little pieces are on this little sheet of paper. This is a sticker maker. So I went through and I die cut out of a whole bunch, all little pieces. So I had all these little scraps, and I found colors that kind of matched and went with each other. Wow. And I went ahead and cut out the big circle, all the little bits. And if you ever like, I don't know what goes to what, there is a picture on the back of the die set that says, like, kind of shows you where all the bits are, or you can always refer to this video. So as you can see, like this narrow one goes here, the thicker one is here. This top piece is this piece, looks like a lid, you know, and then this piece is this piece, it's pretty. And then this piece is that piece, which is the base. And then it's just sticking it all together. But the sticker maker makes life so easy. So I'm going to put in the big circle. There we go. It's a big circle. And then I'm going to do this circle. Because it just makes life, if you want to use a tape runner, you can. And then we're going to do one die cut. This is the last die cut we're going to need to do. I did not die cut any of the gumballs for the green. And we're going to actually use one of the green gumballs in a different way. So I've got my little mini maker here. Isn't this cute? It's a little mini maker. There's lots of versions out there of these little mini die cut machines. I like this one because it's just a little bit wider and it's a little longer. So I really can get a good oomph on it. Now I have to brag a little bit about something here. This is my 101st. I totally forgot about it last week. This is my 101st live card making video. That's crazy. I've done this 101 times. So just to give you an idea how far. Now the rest of these little gumballs, so that's pretty cool. I've been going this long. Thank you everybody who has ever watched and joined me. I love that. And I also love if you ever gave a thumbs up, and if you haven't just subscribed, hearts are awesome too. So I'm going to save all the little gumballs, put them in here. See, it's kind of handy having that little jar, right? Pop that in there. And I'm going to use, if you look here, I'm going to use one of the little gumballs. So again, one of those, and I'm going to run that through here because I do not want to have to figure out how to get adhesive on that thing. Sticker maker is awesome. Thank you. I thought I was going to make a big deal about it last week, and I totally forgot to mention. But I think 101 is still kind of cool too. Like I've hit the triple digits now. Because I started I was like keeping track, and I was like, oh my God, look how far I've come. Awesome. And plenty more to go. We are not done. So I need to judge basically how far. I'm kind of looking at this card, and I'm also looking at this little piece because it's got to fit up top. So I'm going to go right about there. And then I want to look side to side. Does it look centered? Oh, and I did it the wrong way. Look, I did it so that the grainy side is up. Whatever. We'll have a little texture in our gumball machine. It's all good. Happy 100th. Thank you. Thank you. 101, actually. But yes, 100 was last week. And if you've ever missed any of the videos I've done live, they're always on my YouTube channel. And then I've started putting them on Facebook. If any of you guys are watching me on Facebook, they're on there as well. So you can check those out. But the earlier ones were always on YouTube. But now they're on both. So you can watch me on YouTube or you can watch me on Facebook. Whatever floats your boat. Okay. Now I did a little bit more die cutting. These two pieces right here are the mechanics to make it a shaker card, which you could totally skip the shaker card and not do that. And you could take your little gumballs and just like we turn them into stickers, and you could like stick them all in here. Right? And you could pretend it's a little gumball and have them all in here and make it look like it's a gumball machine, right? And just place them all in there. Oh, let's pretend that's there. And then you would put your little circle. It just wouldn't be a shaker. That's the only difference. But you could do that. If shakers are not your jam and you don't want to go to the next level, totally making it look just like a regular old gumball machine would be awesome. And I am making this because my card swaps are coming up. You still have time. It's a Facebook group. It's called Erin Reed's Card Swaps. Erin Reed makes card swaps. It's card swaps and inspiration because we also share some ideas of what to do. And it's all about a birthday theme. So these couple of cards are going into that. So it's open to anybody who wants to swap cards, A2 size only, which is what these ones are. And I believe we have about 30 people in the swap right now, which is pretty awesome. I love that. So the two pieces I have here, This is this self-adhesive, oh, I gotta go higher. This is this self-adhesive foam. It's a double sheet of foam. And this one's got 4 sheets in it. I think I might have snapped. Nope, there's 4 pieces. And all I did is I took the same die, this one right here, and I die cut it, and you get that. And then I saved the extra bits. We're actually going to use a little bit of the extra bits today. This is the acetate that goes on top of that, and that's what's in here. And I've already die cut that out. Again, I use the bigger circle because you want to use the smaller circle. The bigger circle has to fit all the way around. So you just gotta, this circle is for just the ring, right? And then also the ring for this, the pop-up. The bigger circle is for the background and then the acetate. That's why there's 2 circles here, just as a heads up. So that's what this is. This comes 4 sheets. It's got a blue plastic, which I've already started kind of peeling off. So here you can see. And then I take a tool, which this is just like, this reminds me of dissecting probes. This is a fancy dissecting probe because it's got a good heft to it, but it's really good. And then which side has the plastic? This side. I go to the corner and just kind of take it because the corner is going to get covered up, the edge, by the stuff. So you just kind of scrape it away. And once you get it caught, you just pull it off. And the purpose of the blue, number one, so you don't lose it. I think that's important. But also it protects the plastic so it doesn't get scratches and dents as it's being shipped. So it's protecting your acetate so it doesn't get yucky. You can barely see that on screen. All right, so now we got to start building, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to build the actual shaker part. So I'm going to pull off this ring right here. So here's the foam ring. Matches perfectly because it's the same size as the ring we're going to put on. And line that up just so. There we go. Now, did I have to put this circle down? No. I totally could have kept it white and done it straight on the card. Would have worked just fine. No reason to turn it into a color except for I want it to be a color because there's a lot of white on this particular card. Pop all my little gumballs in there. See, that little thing is handy. And I chose to leave out that periwinkle color because the background was already that color. So in this one, I didn't put that peachy color because the background is the peach. So I did the other colors that were missing is what I did. The other thing I did is I'm putting these little ice cubes in there because you can tell I like the sound of the shaker. There has to be a sound, right? So I'm going to put a few of these in here. You could also put glitter in these things, or you could just leave it cardstock, but I wanted to have that sound to it. There's some other fun little bits that you can stick in there. There's so many fun ideas for shaker cards of what you can place in there. Just sky's the limit. Then, so I pulled off that excess, the cover to the sticky, and then place, oopsie, I got static. We are so staticky right now. And I could not find my static remover. A dryer sheet would work if you rubbed it with a dryer sheet. So I'm just going to go really fast and careful. Go down, go down. There we go. And then just place that on. Make sure you get a good seal going all the way around. So it's nice that it's the same size. This little guy is going to hang out there, which is fine. So now you get a little shaker. And if you want to kind of shift it around, I'm very staticky, so I normally would use a static remover, but I couldn't find it. I hunted everywhere for it. It is gone MIA. Driving me nuts. Okay, so now it's time to build the rest of it. So everything else is stickers. It's so awesome. Now there's one thing we need to do, and I didn't do it yet. Well, I guess that. Sorry, jumping ahead of myself. So now we're going to place the ring on here. There we go. And so it just finishes the circle. Look at that. Pretty simple, right? Now we're going to put the top on. I decided I wanted to have my top match what was in the inside. But you could, like all the fun colors, I could have done it in green. I could have done it in that pink. I could have done it in the yellow. So you can tell this little bow bunny cardstock. I love it because it's got the dots on one side and kind of like a swirly pattern. I have so much bow bunny. It's not even funny, but it's great. I love it. And then I decided, this is why I kept the one little green gumball out, to pop on the top to give it that little top. Now I chose to use muted colors for my gumballs. You could totally do big, bright, bold colors like they show in the example. Like you could go to the traditional, the red, and really go fun with it, primary colors. But I wanted to go kind of soft and soothing, and this would be a great kid's birthday card. Okay, so next we got to build up the bottom. Now, if you notice, this looks like it's in line. I did pop this up, so I really shouldn't have put, I shouldn't have put the sticky on there. I was just running everything through, not thinking. So So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually build, whoops, get back there, get back there. I'm gonna build the base. So I'm gonna come in with the bottom part. So I'm just mimicking what this looked like, which was what was in the picture. It's very nice, very easy. And then I'm gonna put this piece on here, right there. So you can start seeing, oops, I misaligned that. You get a little bit of some time before the sticky becomes permanent on paper. So if you're a little misaligned, you got some room to groove. But if you wait too long, the Xyron adhesive becomes very permanent on you. Oops, and this one's misaligned too. So depends on how picky you want to be. And then pop this little guy on here. I decided also I could have done it in the peach. This is the little opening for the gumball to pop out. What I didn't do, and you can, is in the set, there's this little piece right here. And that is the slot you would use to turn. And you could put that over top of the diamond. And that's that little turning piece. I decided I didn't want to fiddle with too many little small pieces. And then there's also this circle, which could be the circle on top if you wanted a smaller one. But I was cutting all the gumballs and I was like, you know what? I'm good. Now, what if you didn't want to do gumballs? You could turn this particular die set. You could put, oh, shoot. There's all different kinds of fun little enamel, not enamel, but like, oh, I can't think of the word right now, but they look like little characters or something. Like they're little small pieces. They come in little sets like this. Unfortunately, it's off to the side and I don't want to go run off and grab it, but they look like little candy pieces or look like little gingerbread men, or they look like, I cannot think of the word. Oh, old age is failing me. I'm not even that old. But you could pop whatever. Think about if you wanted to make this kind of a Christmas theme, you could put a bunch of little gingerbread men in there and it would be like a little gingerbread machine. It's kind of cute. Yeah, have fun with that. All right, so now I'm going to pop this whole thing off, but I want to pop this up because if I try to put this on right now, see how it kind of sinks? To me, it looks funny because it doesn't have that depth and I want it to kind of fit over here. So I got to pop the whole thing up. So this is where all these little extra bits of foam came from. When I cut out my circles, I have all these bits, or you could cut your circle up. So I'm using all the pieces of my foam for this. I think it's a little too, that might be good. I shouldn't have turned that into a sticker. I was so silly. Good job, Erin. You're not thinking. I was thinking my machine wasn't working. Sorry. When I was trying to go live, I didn't realize that my computer was like, would you like your cameras to talk to your computer? Are you allowing it? It was like a fail-safe. Yes, a fish tank. That would look so cute. Oh, that would look adorable. Yeah, get rid of the little piece right here and you could have little fishies swimming in there. Oh, see, so smart, so smart. And get rid of this top piece and then it looks like a globe fish tank. Oh, adorable. Or you could do a terrarium. My son is infatuated with spiders. So I think he would think that it'd be so cute to turn it into like a spider tank. And have a cutie little spider inside, or a lizard, or an ant farm. So many fun ways. You don't have to necessarily do it gumballs. I love you guys' ideas. Throw them out there. Throw them out there. So now I've got this popped up. And if you noticed, I stayed away from the top. I really should add a little tiny piece right there. There's more. There's so much more. So this is all the little pieces. See the circle that could cut out? I feel like that gap right there is going to be a problem. So I'm going to add a little bit more. And I hate wasting this awesome foam pop stuff. Great baby shower invitations. Oh, little rattles and feet. Oh, adorable. You guys are so awesome. So smart. So many fun ideas for this one. So now you've got this little thing. And you're just and you leave a gap right there. You don't want to go too close because you want to run this all the way up to the top right there, like that. Oops, that's off. Oh, don't stick yet, don't stick yet. I was looking at it from the wrong angle and I misaligned it. Okay, I'm so glad that things don't stick right away. It's so awesome. All right, so then put it on there. It's always a good sign of a good adhesive when you've got a little bit of play and you're like, oh crap, and you got to move it again. But look how adorable. I love the soft colors of that. Now we're going to add our sentiment. So I have my stamp, my piece of paper. Here's my stamp. I'm just going to do it in black, but you could totally match it with a color of ink. I could not find a good matching color. None of my colors are the right color. They're all just a little bit off. I don't have a ton of colors. And which is nothing wrong with that. I just don't have, well, maybe. So I have this one. This is Pink Peony. Let's try it. Let's put it on a scrap paper and see. This is how I test. See, it's a little bit off. It's like you get that wrong shade and it kind of fights you. And that's no fun when the colors just fight you. And I don't think I have anything else that's really going to fit that's perfect. I tried. Black it is. When all else fails, stamp in black. So, and my go-to right now is my intense black. Don't drop it on top of there. I'm going to do it like this. That would suck. I get all this made and drop my ink. Oh, how many times have you guys done something like that? I know I've done it a couple of times. And I'm going to stamp happy birthday right there. There we go. Happy birthday. There we go. And then that should fit right in there. I know it's really, really tight. If that bothered you, let's cut this off. Let's get my little thing off. Let's see how this really fits. I feel like that might just be a tiny bit squishy because I added the extra matte layer, and maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have made it really big. I thought it would fit. You know what? Maybe I'll just drop it down a tiny bit like that. That would work. Totally cool. The other way to do it, which would be a pain, but you could totally cut your stamp apart. Or I could take another stamp from another thing. This one, I'm going to do the other one. We're not done yet. We're going to do one final tweak to finish it because I feel like there's still, like the main centerpiece is obviously this beautiful paper piece with all the fun colors. But we're going to do one final thing as the final hurrah. Where's my paper? There we go. And I'm going to add, I need a cut. So when I cut this, I felt 1 inch was not big enough and 3/4 of an inch was too small. So 7/8 seemed to be the perfect height for this. So that's what I'm cutting right now. And then if you also notice, you could put the 5 cents. So you could stamp that in here or have it somewhere on the side. And there's also the gumball stamp. So you could stamp the gumball and then die cut them out if you want to do it on, do these in colored and ink. That's the word I'm looking for, in colored. Apparently I can't talk today either. Oh my goodness. Had a fun day of virtual learning with the kids. They're all doing pretty good. I mean, we have our issues, but we're getting there. We're chugging along. And we're getting sod for our backyard because we've had some work done in our backyard the past little while because we've been using it a whole lot more. So we decided to amp it up a little bit, and it's turned into Mudville. I'm so tired of the mud. So tired of the mud. There we go. Oh, that looks. Have a ball on your birthday. So those are the 2 different stamps there. Like I said, we're not done. So we're going to go in, and I think I'm going to do just the slightest hint. Let's do this color here of a tiny bit of a matte. I feel like I need to pop it because it's white on white on white. You're too critical. Most people would not notice. Make it, oh, I read that one already. Okay, so now I got to measure. I think we're more critical of our own stuff that we create than what we see other people creating, if that makes sense. So I'm measuring the length. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. So I'm measuring the length to know how long to cut this. And I want to make sure this is straight. So nice straight edge. So I'm looking at it and going, oh, so I'm going to go 2 1/4. And then, like I said, I cut it down just a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go to a full inch. I'm going to see how that looks. So how does that fit on here? That looks pretty good. So it's just a little hint of something on there, right? And so now I'm going to do the same thing. And so that's for this card. So now I don't want to do the pink. I want to do a different color. Should I do green? I could do yellow. Ooh, let's do yellow. I like the yellow. So I'm going to guess. I got to measure the height of this one because I cut it. So this is 2 1/4. So this is a little longer. So I got to go 2 1/2, but then the same height, that full inch. Oh, did I put that on crooked? I did. Oh, sugar. I felt that it moved on me. Felt that it moved. There we go. It's funny. My kids are like, why do we need to know fractions? They're all learning fractions. I'm like, do you realize how much I use fractions and what I do? And I'm like, yep, I use fractions all the time. All right, so there we go. That's it. I might try. No, I was going to try and shave a tiny bit off of that, but no, I'm good. This one, I made it wider. Maybe I'll make this one. You know what? We're going to go with it. Never mind. And I could pop this up. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. We're going to pop this up too. So I'm going to put this on here. So this one's got a bigger top and bottom, right? And then this one's got a nice border going all the way around. There we go. And then let's pop these guys up. So again, let's pull out some of that extra foam stuff that we got. Throw it on there, just like that. Pretty cool stuff. Oh. My daughter's stomach has not been feeling well lately. So I've been dealing with the fact that she's got an upset tummy. She's 8 years old and she does not like life because all she's been eating lately has been toast and rice and lots of water. She's like, Mom, I want to have that. I'm like, no, we're not going to deal with your tummy not feeling good. It's just, I don't know what hit her. We even went in with her checkup and I talked to her doctor and she's like, yeah, it's just a tummy bug. I'm like, we haven't been around anybody. We've been like totally on our own. How in the world would we have gotten a tummy bug? This makes no sense to me. So another way you can do it, and I just want to show you the option. So this looks very linear. I feel like I don't have any horizontal action happening on the card. Well, thank you. So if you wanted to, you could extend your border a tiny bit. So let me give one little example. I think I'm going to try it with one of the cards. Let me snip this off. So I'm going to go to 3.5. Oops, that felt crooked. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to go down to that 3. I know I'm off camera. So I just made a really tiny strip, right? So you could take this piece. These are on here pretty good, but you get the idea. And I could do something like this and have it on a banner. Pretend it wasn't on the foam dots. And then it gives you a little bit of vertical on here. And it gives you something else that gives it an anchor a little higher. And you could fishtail that as well. So let's try that. Let's pull this off as the paper rips. But you're not gonna see that. Oh, sugar, is this gonna come off? I like to play. Usually I do all this ahead of time. And I'm like, on the fly, let's just try it, see what happens. This is how I card make. I do things on the fly. I'm like, ooh, this looks better. This sounds like a good idea. Let's try that. So let's put that there. And I'm gonna do a little tiny fishtail. This is just doing a little extra something. The other one you could do, and this is just to amp it up a little bit, you could have cut this white mat with the stitched edge. The other thing I'm thinking I might do is I might go in with my black because I have a black stamp that I'm using. So it's just a little something like that, right? And then I can pop this back on and then stick this back on here. So now it gives it just a little bit more of a border. Not sure which one you like better. What is the name of your tape gun? It's in your list. This one. Yes, it is in my list. All the supplies I'm using. The only one I didn't put in the supply list was, oh, I forgot to put these. That was the one I forgot. I'll put it in after. So if you're watching this post-production, you'll see that. This is the Xyron Mega Runner from, and this just happens to be the Teresa Collins color. But I also have, they make a ton of different colors. Here's in red. I love them. I think they're awesome. And it's so easy because you just pop the cartridge out and you pop it back in and you can't do it wrong. It doesn't bunch. It doesn't go like act all funny. And I've been using them pretty exclusively for the past, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years, something like that. I was using other versions, but I really do like the way they stick. I like that I can kind of move them around a tiny bit before they're permanent. And then they have a great hold. So there we go. Super cute, right? I love them. They're adorable. I think they're going to be, whoever gets them in my card swap, hope you enjoy them. They're adorable. And you can always go back and rewatch these videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's flip this around and say goodbye again. So thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. You can hit the like button and follow me on both of those. That would be awesome. Share the videos if you so choose. We're back every Wednesday. Right now, it's about between 4:30 and 5:30. It depends on how the kids get done with their virtual schoolwork. Depends on when I can jump on because we're all home. But I'd love to have you join me. I also upload tons of other videos throughout the week, so you can always check those out. And there's always lots of fun giveaways and little freebies and other fun events going on. And you can also check out my card making swap, or sorry, my card swap, which is a Facebook group called Erin Reed Makes Cards and Inspiration, or Card Swap and Information. And right now we are doing birthday cards. So if there's still plenty of time. You have until March mid-March to get them into me. It's all on the list. I got too much going on in my head right now to remember exact dates, but mid-March, and you can join. And they're HE size cards, only handmade, and it's a ton of fun. Right now, last I counted, I think we have 31 participants, which is a pretty good size group. So happy to have you there. Thank you guys so much for joining, and don't forget to stay safe, get out there and just create, and I will see you guys again next time. I'll be back next Wednesday. Bye, everybody. Gotta find the end button. Button. Where's the button? There it is.